This is where your curiosity is key. Your curiosity is in service of your greatest strengths. Once you get past the peripheral stuff, it gets very exciting. So why do I feel so passionate about differentiation? Why do I talk about differentiation all the time? It's a great question. My name's Michèle Soregaroli. I specialize in differentiation, and I work with professional services providers and firms to help them differentiate the value proposition and better understand how to create more value for their audience and to also position and market that. So what is it about differentiation that I'm so passionate about? It is such an important part of your value proposition. And most people think of differentiation simply as a marketing activity. To me, it is so much more than that. Because when you understand that differentiation starts with your unique ability, when you understand that differentiation starts with your unique self and how you create value, only you, because nobody else can do it your way. When you start to understand the impact and the substance and the possibility and the potential inside of that, it gets very exciting. So what is it about differentiation that you get to draw on? You've heard over and over again about your unique ability, and you've heard about your strengths and leverage your talents and all this kind of thing. But really, how do we do that? I want to invite you to start with your core. Start with your essence. Now, what do I mean when I say start with your essence? My invitation to you is to think about when you are delivering value, when you are problem solving, when you are trying to help other people to make their life better somehow, however you choose to do that. When you are doing that, what do you want to know? What do you want to solve? What are the details that you're looking for? How are you trying to create value? When someone tells you about something, when someone is sharing a problem with you, there are certain things that you need to do, especially in services, right? You need to probably, if you're giving them some advice of any kind, you're probably going to start with the basics that you must know about them in order to have some context for the problem. Now, those basics are things that everybody has to do. And that's not something that's particularly special. You do have to do some basic information gathering. Things like, what is it that's going on? What are the circumstances around this problem? Why does this problem exist? How did you get here? What have you been trying to do so far? All that kind of thing. That's called the context of the problem. And these are things that you must do in order to be able to start to even begin to solve the problem, right? But at some point in the information gathering process, as you're getting to know the problem or getting to know the person, getting to know the circumstances around the issue, you're getting a little more nuanced and likely focusing on the things that are most important to you. Once you get past the peripheral stuff that you have to know, you start getting into the juicy stuff that you want to know. And that's a hint. That's a hint for you about how you deliver value and the way that you create it. What are you looking for? What is it that you want to better understand? What are the underpinnings of the problem that you're trying to get to that only you uniquely are curious about? This is where your curiosity is key. Your curiosity is in service of your greatest talent. Your curiosity is in service of your greatest strengths. So where does your curiosity go, right? When you notice the questions that you're asking, and you're noticing, if you notice the immediate solutions or ideas that you get right out of the gates, things that you want to explore, these are in service of your natural gifts. So you want to be thinking about in the simple information gathering stage, when you're getting to know the situation, there are lots of breadcrumbs, hints, and clues for you about your differentiated value proposition. Now, why is that important? It's not only important so that you can obviously solve the problem and understand the approach you want to take or the technique you want to bring to it or the skills that you'll require or the tools, what have you. Now, that's important. The other thing that's really important as well is that you start to understand how you show up as your best, right? This is where confidence starts to come from, because you can see that you can solve this problem in this specific way, with this specific tool, or this specific thinking, whatever that is. But you can solve it that way. When you start to understand your themes for how you solve problems consistently, because you're typically bringing your core skills to the table on a regular basis. Now, there are other skills that are going to cloud that. There are other things that you have to do that are going to cloud your ability to see that if you're not paying attention, because those are things that have to happen. But the things that you do consistently, that you want to do, that you're curious about, that you have a natural orientation towards, those are your gifts. Those are the things that you do easily, and you typically do them quite well. And because you do them easily and well, they're your natural talent, the things that you should start building upon. And those are the things that give you confidence, because we all tend to have a little more confidence in ourselves when we're doing things that are easy for us and things that we do well. When you can identify what's easy and what you do well, even if you haven't mastered it at the level you want to, that's okay, but you already have a starting point for differentiating your value proposition, simply by understanding the essence that you bring to the problem itself, your biases, the way you think, what you're looking for, where your curiosity goes, how you approach the problem, even how you gather information, how do you get to know the problem. That may be some clues in and of itself. So if you're wondering where to start with differentiating your value proposition, that's a great place to start. And that's why I'm so excited and so passionate about differentiation specifically, because it starts at the very core of who you are and the things that interest you, the things that you want to know about in order to be in service, in order to be helpful. You have certain things that you want to do to be helpful, to be valuable, to solve the problem for your client. And the things that you want to do are the beginning of your value proposition and your differentiation strategy. So over the next week or so, as you're going into client meetings, notice where your curiosity goes. Notice where you light up like a firecracker. Where do your eyes start to sparkle? Where do you lean in a little bit more? Where do you want more information or better understanding? Where do you want to take it just a little further, just a little deeper? Those are the clues to help you differentiate your offer. Once you understand those things, of course, you can do all kinds of great things with them, like positioning, messaging, building them into your offer, creating a client experience that highlights those things and puts you in a position to be even more successful and be even better at what you do, because now you have more intention and attention around your core strengths, which allow you to succeed and excel and do things better than your peers because you're already tapping into your natural talent and unique ability. So that's a beginning part for you in differentiation, and it is at the heart of everything that you do that creates value for the world. Thanks for joining me today. If this has been valuable to you, of course, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd love to have you come back for more. And also, as I've said before, if there's anyone in your community who is struggling with trying to create value or trying to message or position themselves to create more value and do good work in the world, please share this with them and help them succeed. When we lift our community, we also rise. Help your network, and they will help you. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.